Hey, what's going on there, guys? Cloud Truth here, back with some more Battlefield 4 gameplay, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the M240B here, or for those of you that have been with my channel for quite some time, the Tiger, as I called this weapon back in the days of Battlefield 3. Just such a freaking beast, an absolute monster, ate up anything and everything that it was in its path, even those piece of cake to use assault rifles. You could even take some of those guys on, which is surprising considering those things were basically like shooting sniper rifle bullets with each time you pulled the trigger. They were extremely easy to use, but the challenging weapon, the M240B, could sometimes even take those guys down, and it was so great. In my personal opinion, the best LMG in BF3. Obviously, that's an own personal thoughts. Yours may differ, and if that's the case, well, that's fine. Moving into Battlefield 4, though, I was really hoping that this weapon would maintain its ferociousness, its raw power, and just flat out unchallenged authority as being the best LMG in the game. Now, in my previous video talking about the MG4, none of you guys noted the fact that I said it's the best LMG in Battlefield 4, so you're kind of going, wait, so it's better than the M240B, the weapon that you loved in BF3, and we're hoping it was going to be the same? And yes, you know, I said it was the best LMG, and I'm holding true to what I said. So far, it's the best LMG. But the M240B is basically, if you could have like levels or rankings, it would be, you couldn't even see the separation between the MG4 and the M240B in terms of which one of them is better. It's that little of a difference between these two guns. It's almost like when I use the MG4 and when I use the M240B, I basically do exactly the same. And that is just flat out rip people's heads off because these weapons are flat out phenomenal. And many players just don't, they're underestimating the fact that I have an LMG and I can destroy you. Even at range, I can flat out destroy a lot of players. Now, obviously, sometimes guys with very good accuracy, assault rifles, even snipers, yeah, they'll take me out, obviously. I mean, freaking, I die in this video, good lord, I'm not trying to say I'm invincible. That's by no means the case, but I can do very well with both of these weapons. So, in terms of comparing the two together, I'm not going to do a weapon statistical breakdown because no one really can at this point, but oh, look at that dam coming down. Looks so awesome. By the way, this is my first time on the map, so I got this kind of confused with the flood zone. I was like, oh, is there going to be some water coming down too? But it was just me, my lack of experience. So, but I can't give you guys an authoritative statistical breakdown because no one can unless they have all the attachments, which you have to get through battle packs. So any people out there doing weapon reviews are just trying to get you to click on that video due to the title and the fact it says weapon review, and they probably have only locked like maybe 3 or 4 attachments. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to weapons. So in terms of giving you guys a playing review, I guess you could say in the sense of how it's been playing out for me on the battlefield, that is fine because I'm not giving you guys what's the best setup. It's just what I've been using so far and how this weapon's been performing for me. Once I unlock everything, I can give you guys an actual breakdown of this is what the best attachments for the weapon because I know what I'm talking about. I've unlocked everything. You want to just kind of discuss the weapon, that's fine. But in terms of the M240B goes, it was really frustrating getting you guys gameplay. Why? Because of the server crashes. You all have probably been experiencing this the same as me, especially for PC. I know on console there's also a lot of bugs as well. It's just the current gen build. This wasn't optimized for that. The next gen is going to be a lot better than current gen. That's just to be expected. The hardware is just very old. I mean, I know I played on it for, good lord, what, 5-6 years at least. So I understand the limitations of that hardware, and it's just not going to perform. It just can't do it. So, but I know on PC there's been a lot of server crashes, and it's been frustrating because I get like 40+ kills in the game with this gun, and the server crashes with like 20 tickets left, and I lose it all. I played 4 rounds of Conquest one night and it crashed in 3 of them. I got to finish 1 round because I joined with like a minute left and it finished. That was it. So it's very frustrating because I'm trying to get you guys gameplay with different attachments and talk about them and figure out which one's been playing out better for me so far and give you guys a opinion as someone who has actually been using the gun with different attachments and what it's been, the strengths and weaknesses of them, etc. So far with the M240B, I've actually managed to get all the way up to the heavy barrel and beyond. I'm on my way to my first battle pack unlocked. So been using a lot of different setups and attachments on this gun. You're not going to see any gameplay of it here because this was already all edited down and ready to go basically before I one night decided to just hop on and play, and thankfully I didn't have any crashes because I was expecting that, so I was just kind of like, oh, whatever. It's not really worth it because I'll just crash and lose everything. But I got all the way through to my first battle pack, haven't quite reached it there yet, but I've gotten everything in terms of the barrels that you can unlock through kills, that is, grips, scopes, things like that, and so far I've been really enjoying the reflex red dot sights, the laser sight for the most parts, and angled grip, and oftentimes, or even like the heavy barrel is another thing that I've been using. Also the suppressor. The suppressor on the M240B is really good, and if you don't want to go with suppressor, try the muzzle brake. I was a little bit weary of the muzzle brake, thinking it was a little bit similar to the foregrip in Battlefield 3, where it just reduced your accuracy for reducing recoil, and I thought it would just make your weapon so inaccurate it couldn't hit anything. The M240B, it still maintains just really, really solid accuracy, even at range, and this weapon hits like a freaking truck. It is so powerful, and like I mentioned earlier, just a hair below the MG4. I mean, you couldn't even see the difference. You could take the smallest, take a credit card, and you couldn't even, fit through the gap in terms of the difference between the two. I mean, it's that little. So anyway, here's one of the games where the server crashed and I lost everything. So, but anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Just kind of want to talk about the M240B in this video. Be sure to leave your thoughts down below, and once I get more unlocks, I'll actually do an authoritative opinion and commentary. Take care, guys. See you all next time. Bye.